So I've never been afraid of a duplicate, and let's talk about the bag that started it all. This is my 3-year review of the Longchamp Pliage medium top handle. Hello, and the warmest welcome to today's video. For those who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrate yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, what are we talking about today? Let's get straight into it. The Longchamp Pliage medium top handle. What I believe to be the best bag on the market. I just think it is a bag that can do it all, and I absolutely love and adore mine. Let's talk about the one that started it all, why I love it, some of the pros, some of the cons. Let's talk about it. This was the one that started it all for me. This was my first ever Pliage medium top handle. It was not my first Pliage, but it was my first medium top handle. And this is in the fuchsia pink or magenta. I absolutely love it. I bought this as a milestone, as a purchase for a 6-month mental health milestone, and I've absolutely loved it ever since. The colour is gorgeous, the bag is versatile, I absolutely love it. Let's talk details. So it is a top handle exclusively. It does not come with a shoulder strap. You have the 2 top handles here, and this is a Pliage club, so this means that the colour of the leather is a continuation of the colour of the nylon. That is the same for the green collection, but you can also buy the medium top handle in other styles, but mine just happened to be green collection or the club line. So it's got the top handles. You've then got the button closure here, which has the flap, and then you unzip using this, and mine has silver hardware, and it has the Longchamp logo in there. And then you've got the ears here as well, which are also in leather. On the interior, it is one big open space. I've got an organizer in mind to help it keep its structure, but this is one large open space, and then you have a slip pocket on the back. Now, because this one's older, when we get to one of my newer ones, I'll compare whether the interior is the same, but I think it's largely the same. It might be that the pockets have slightly differed, but on the whole, it's the same. And then it's just a very easy wipe clean style interior, and the interior colour tends to change based on the exterior colour of the bag, and I absolutely love it. So why do I think this is such a great piece? I think it's such a great piece because it's versatile. You can use it for day, I've used it for evening, you can use it for work. It is quite a subtle piece, dependent on the colour that you purchase this in. It can be incredibly subtle or it can be incredibly loud, and I absolutely love that about it. It's comfortable to wear, it's comfortable to carry. You can put a significant amount in this as well, and because the bag itself is so light without anything in it, even if you fill it, it doesn't get extraordinarily heavy. If you have a leather bag to start with and then fill it, they can get so heavy. This can get heavy based on the contents, but you're not adding a significant amount of weight due to the bag. I love the versatility of it as well from a travel perspective. It's a great hand baggage bag. I've used mine a couple of times for hand baggage, but you can also pack them flat and travel with them, which I did back in June of last year. No, not last year, 2022, when I travelled to the south of France, and I took all 4 of mine with me, and I simply flat packed them like this. Did I take all 3? Did I have all 3? Maybe I didn't have this one. Maybe I took these 3. Yeah, I think I must have taken these 3. And you can just flat pack them like that, which is absolutely brilliant. They just slot in and they are fantastic. And it's a way of being able to not take up significant amount of space, but have something that you can have a variation of for your outfits. You can pair a Pliage with your outfits, which is kind of where I've got to with mine, where I've started adding lots and lots of colours, because then this is the bag that I can grab for basically anything. My Bayswaters are getting that way for me as well, but this is really the bag that started that whole thing for me. There was a Pliage for every occasion for me. So you've got that, which is a great benefit to this particular bag. It's also water resistant. So it's not waterproof. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. And I don't think they claim that. But I would say it's water resistant. This is a bag that I have no qualms using about in sunshine, in rain, if I'm going for a walk, if it gets a little bit of mud on it or something. It is super easy to take care of, wipe clean, just get a nylon cleaner on it, and I have absolutely no issues. I've also taken Les Pliages to many a different occasion. Like I said, I've been on walks with them. I've been to weddings with them. I have been on nights out with them. I have used them for work. So this one, I took to a wedding. This one, I used for nights out. This one I've used for nights out. I used this for my friend's hen do back in 2022. So I do tend to use them for lots of different things. And I personally feel that the medium is the most versatile size. It's around the same size as a Speedy 30. I think it's the most versatile size. However, you can get a small. So if you aren't someone who carries a significant amount, or you think that the small would look better on your frame and therefore be more versatile for you, then by all means go for whichever size is most appropriate for you. I personally just think the medium is the one that can do it all. But I think the Les Pliage top handle is a bag that can do it all. A lot of individuals have the shoulder bag, and that has a great amount of versatility to it. Personally, I would go for a Rousseau shoulder bag if it were me. I've got a Rousseau tote, I love it. That's where I would go for the tote. However, I can understand why these have the same appeal, or why that shoulder bag has the same appeal. The City collection would be another option for you, but I just think that the medium or the top handles are absolutely phenomenal. Now, where does it let itself down? In very few places, I must say. If you are looking for one that is super shouty or super logo, these aren't the bags. These aren't, and I think there are other bags to go for, but I think you can get them in some absolutely stunning, stunning colours. I mean, look at this one. Look at the colour of this. This is the sort of pale blue. This one's green collection, because you can see the ears have the green around them. Let's take a look on the interior of this so that we can see if the pockets are the same. I bought this one mid last year, June of last year. No, still a large slip pocket. But the colour is just stunning. You know, you've got these bright, you've got gorgeous. I mean, over each collection they bring out different versions, but they're absolutely stunning. So it's not one that you can get that's got a significant amount of logo or anything like that on it, if that's what you're looking for. There are other bags in the range that do that, but I would say Longchamp on the whole doesn't have a huge amount of logo on it. My two Rousseaus are quite heavily logoed, but yes. Then the only other thing that I would say maybe slightly lets it down is the corners. So you just have to watch this. So the corners here, and mine has started to do it a little bit. You might not be able to see it, but you can start to see they start to rub and they start to kind of wear out, which is fine because on a leather bag, you start to get corner wear, so it's understandable. And because I put an organizer in this, if they were to wear out and end up with a hole, then my organizer would just catch anything that was in there, so that wouldn't be such an issue to me. But the way to get around that is just to turn them in, so you can somewhat, and I'm not going to do this very well now, but basically you can just sort of turn them in like that, so that you lose the point of the corner. And instead of it being quite sharp and therefore the hole wearing through, you can just you can mitigate that somewhat. So that's just something to be thinking about. They do mark. I mean, this one's got marks on it, but this one has been so heavily used. It's been to the beach. It's been everywhere basically. It's travelled, you know, it's travelled with me. So I think that would probably be the only thing I would say about this particular bag. Of course, if you're looking for a leather version, you can get a leather version. So I've got a leather version as well. I personally think that for the money, the nylon is just absolutely phenomenal. It's, how much is one of these? About £110 now, I want to say. I think when I started buying them, they were 85. I think they're now about 110, and they're worth every penny of it. They are worth every penny. And if you want something that is very unique to you, you can also do that, as I have done twice. So I have this one, which is a Les Pliage, My Pliage Club. So this is a customized version. I think it's gorgeous. And then this was my first customized version here, which again, I think is absolutely fabulous. and a great addition to the collection. So if there's not something in the current season, in the current seasonal range that's really taking your fancy, you can create something. I'm hoping that they're going to change the colour options because I've kind of exhausted where I want to go with my pliages at the moment. But if they bring out some new colours in the main collection, I'll be buying those. If they bring out some new versions that you can create in the My Pliage, absolutely I'll be doing that too. But I just think this is a bag that can do it all for not a lot of money. And I personally feel that Longchamp have cornered the market on the nylon pieces. I don't look at the Prada pieces, for example, that are in nylon and think they're anything exceptional. You know, I think that when I think nylon, I associate it with Longchamp. I think they've done a phenomenal job with the Les Pliage range. I think it's an iconic bag. I think it is somewhat of an it bag. It is their iconic bag. They have some beautiful other styles, the Rousseau, the Mailbox, the Boxtrot, the Les Foulons range. But I really do feel like this is their it bag. I know so many people with them. And to be honest, there's very few people who have a bad thing to say about them, if I'm honest. I never hear terrible things about the quality. I've certainly never experienced terrible quality. I never hear bad things, particularly about the style. I always get a lot of compliments on mine. I think they look more expensive than they are. And I think the ability to have so many different versions for a fraction of the price of other high-end brands is phenomenal, because I know nylon isn't for everyone, don't get me wrong. So I'm not saying that, you know, they have to be for you. But I think this is probably about, I think this is about £900, £1,000 worth of bag here. And I've got 7 different versions. And there's basically a version for every occasion. I can match pretty much my whole wardrobe to these. If I didn't have any of the others, these would stand me in good stead. These are technically all I would ever need, based on how I use bags. Would I miss not having a clutch? Sure. Would I miss not having a Bayswater? Sure. I mean, in fairness, I think this is my favourite bag at the moment. But in terms of everything you need, when you really boil it down, these would fit 95% of my use cases for a bag. These, in general. Phenomenal bags, great price point. The staff are amazing at Longchamp. The store environment is beautiful. For the money that you pay, I think they really do hit that luxurious feel. I think a lot of people underestimate Longchamp. It's unfortunate that people underestimate Longchamp. There's a part of me that gets nervous that if people do start clocking on, their prices are going to do this and it's going to become busier and harder to get that service level. However, from what I've experienced from them as a brand, they've been amazing. I've had one hiccup with them. They rectified it instantly and I've never had a hiccup since. And they are a brand that I absolutely am a lover of, that I absolutely celebrate on this channel. I would say it's probably one of the brands that I'm maybe most synonymous with, where we have I think certain channels have brands that you associate the YouTuber with. I would say probably Longchamp is one that I'm probably more commonly associated with. And hey, I love that. I think it's a fabulous brand. And I absolutely love what they have to offer and what they do. So there we have it. My thoughts, a bit of a 3-year review. Why do I love these bags? I've obviously acquired many over the years now. I'm currently on 8, if you include my leather one. From a Longchamp standpoint, I've got more than 20. I'll do a new Longchamp collection at some point soon. But yeah, that's where I'm currently at. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.